So hello. Thanks everybody for joining and spending the time with me. I will try and make it as exciting as I can. Uh, uh, Trading is not exciting, to be honest with you. It's a way to make a living. It's an amazing way to make a living if you know how to do it. But it's if you're me, it used to be exciting, not anymore. It's just because it's challenging, right? Challenging, especially if you get to a point where you cannot afford mistakes anymore. You just want to make sure that you pick the right trades. Therefore, patience is key. Really, patience is key. I just posted something just now to my members before I joined the room, before you guys joined this webinar. Um, uh, just now, 12:32. About half hour ago, just over a half hour ago, I said indexes showing reversal levels. NQ yet to get there, so I'll be patient. Patience. So what I mean by that is this. This morning, early this morning, I noticed that the indices are strong, and I posted that to my members. I said, today is the 25th of October. My first post was remain NQ remain bearish now. This is 25th, sorry. Indices a little bullish at this time, but overall longer term remain bearish. So for this morning, which is this morning until now, they were going up, and I posted on the YM my main chart today. This morning was YM. It was a leader. I like the Nasdaq, but YM today was the leader. I said the Nasdaq is going to go up to this price. It's just above 31,800. You see this line, and then from there it's coming down. If you see what happened to the YM just now today, this is the YM. This is the same chart. Folks, it did not even go a tick above the line. You see, it did not even go a tick over the line. This is the same chart, right? So the challenging part, I'm going to get back to it. It's because of us. We're not patient. I am very patient, but I noticed most people are not. This is the early morning signal. I said it's going to go up to this price and it's going to come back down from there. And this was at 9:19 a.m. even before the market opened. Now it's 1:02 p.m. and this is actually a live chart, as you see. So the patience part is key. On the Nasdaq, I mentioned it's going to go up to this price. If I look at the hourly chart on the Nasdaq, or even this one, the hourly 60-minute, to this price, and it's going to come back down. The Nasdaq has not touched my level, which means if I go short on the ES and the YM at the same time, I might struggle with a little bit of hesitancy before they come back down. The Nasdaq, I might go back up to this level. So from my experience, I know I would rather go through my webinar now comfortable without having a trade pending, especially if I have students or members or followers are following these trades, right? Because I'm obligated to follow up with the trade. But so let's leave that. So let's start the education part or the webinar part. Hopefully you'll enjoy. Sierra chart indicators. This is not Sierra chart, the platform, but it is. I designed these indicators for the platform. So Sierra chart indicators, we are a volume-based indicators provider with complete trading methodology. I provide trade calls. You notice some of them now on my Telegram channel. Live room 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All right. It's designed for answering questions, new members asking about Sierra charts or asking about trades, etc. And we provide indicators. Today's webinar will be about the indicators. Education, full education on the for the full members, and Sierra chart trading platform itself. We offer the Sierra chart trading platform with our membership for people not to struggle with I'm gonna go pay for a new website, a new charting system, etc. A lot of people don't want to go through that, but it is really simple. Sierra charts are very user friendly. I like it. And once you get used to it, you cannot go back, right? Next, let's see next what we have. Volume-based indicators. By end of this webinar, you will see what the big boys are looking at, and we'll be able to have a better understanding for the trading levels such as support, resistance, continuation zone, and most importantly, the stops. The stop loss is very important. You need to know how to pick it, how to understand it, how to realize it. So better understanding for the levels, support, resistance, better understanding for continuation zones and rejection zones. And I showed you already this morning. My YM, I said, or my Nasdaq, I said it's going to come up. My YM, I said it's going to come up to this level. It was right here at the bottom. It said it's going to come up to this level, and it touched the line exactly. How did I know that? Even the ES touched the line to the tick, and I actually poked it a little bit higher. This was my line. See this? And it actually poked it by a few ticks and then started coming down. How did I know this? How did I see this happening? It's not only today, it's not a coincidence, it's every day, actually. We do this every day, okay? Also, the importance of having a platform that can give you a real look into market's depth and volume, okay? I have a lot of videos on the website to explain this. If you go to the website and go to the education part, you will see the education tab, you will see videos. First part is about Sierra chart, how easy it is to be used, to install, and it has a lot of benefits to it. A tremendous amount of benefits to it, okay? It has a lot of free indicators associated with it. It's very easy. It has a lot of options, okay? It's overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. You pick what you want. And in terms of chart books, for example, if you want to trade the NASDAQ or the ES or whatever, I have my full chart books here. I'll give it to you. As a member, you will get them. You'll get all my chart books with the membership, and just put them on your charts and just follow. You don't have to create anything, okay? I'll go into the website again. And part 2 of the education, it tells you about how did I come up with my indicators, the importance of my indicators, how I trade, what is volume profile. A lot of these videos are elsewhere. Probably you have to pay for them, but I offer them for free because what you pay for is beyond this. It's very much advanced, much more advanced than just this, okay? Plus we have the live trade calls, we have the room, etc. Right? Next. If you are struggling with true support and resistance level, yes, Asil, yes, members will get the setup, everything. Yes, absolutely. You'll get it and put it on your charts, and it's easy. If you are struggling with true support and resistance level, this is for you, right? Not knowing the stops, not knowing how to manage your runners if you are a swing trader, not having a mentor that can help you during the process and give you some good and fantastic trade calls on a daily basis. Talking about trade calls, this month so far, I didn't call a lot of trades, to be honest, because I'm as I said, I was very patient. I'm trying to be patient and only pick the good trades. I focus on swing trades, and for a reason, because a swing trade, I can type it, I can give a heads up. For scalps, I can't. By the time I type it, it's gone. So swing trades, this month alone, so far we are over 3,700 ticks in the swing trades that I gave. Whether the students took them, some of the students missed them. That's not the point. The point is what I gave in terms of clear signals, entries, stops, and profit targets on 3 contracts, 3,000 over 3,700 ticks. Asil, she says the website does not open. Maybe your what do you call it? Your block virus blocker is blocking it. I don't know, but send me an email if you want, and I will look into it too. We had that issue before. We fixed it. Everything is good. But you should be able to open it. If not, email me, please. My email is on the website, or Simon at sierrachartindicators.com, right? Or if you join Telegram, which is part of what I'm giving you, Telegram, I gave you to everybody on the chat window. I gave everybody a note, and maybe Anastasia can put it back in again. Join our Telegram channel, which is right here. Welcome to TTI, and then you can private message me, right? You can private message me. I have a lot of people private messaging me all the time, right? Thank you. Next, let me see what's next. So again, join Telegram. Not only join Telegram, but we also have next week 3 days. We open the rooms 3 days for everybody, right? And it's on the chat window if you want to see it. I'll also post it here if you want. Let me see if I can post it. I don't know if I can post it. No, I can't. I cannot copy it. Let me copy it and post it. See if I can do it. Yes, send to all. Okay, I put it back in again. I sent it to everybody. We have 3 days next week. If you are part of our email list, we will send you an email to invite you to our live trade room 3 days next week. So the week will be open. You can join Telegram too, so you don't miss any trade calls even after the room is closed. Okay. Let's talk about the main indicator or indicators before putting the whole thing picture together. This trading methodology helped me personally tremendously. I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, but of course it was a work in progress. I progressed throughout this, but when I got to the point where I started using volume profile and hidden volume by the market makers, we call it SAL indicator, substantial attraction levels, which is based on the market depth. I can tell you, I can see where the market is going ahead of time, and if I cannot see it, it means it's not there. So I just stay on the sidelines. And helped also hundreds of my followers with their trading. Also keeps the anxiety level down, because with the volume you are no longer guessing. Okay, you're not guessing. Let's look at a volume profile for Sierra chart. First thing, let's go to an example, and let's look at this. This is a gold chart. This is the 30-minute gold chart, but I'm only showing you one bar of 30 minutes. So far, 12 minutes have passed on this bar. You see on the sideline, on the side, you see volume, correct? You see volume. Does this mean anything to us? It does. It means we had basically a lot of volume here. Let me change the color of the cursor or the pen. Give me a minute, a second, choose color. We have a lot of volume here at this price here. We have a lot of volume here, not as big as this one. We have some consistent volume here. We have some low volume here, you see it? So this is only on one bar, right? It's easy to read it if you're looking at one bar. Now, what if we add more? Now I have 2 bars. I have 3 bars. Let me, one benefit to this volume profile is that, or this indicator on the Sierra chart that we designed, is that you can reduce, so you can keep it on the side, and you can also smoothen the edges. You see this? Now I have 3 bars. You see how we have a heavy volume here. We have low volume here, which is less interest. So the market will fight against these areas, meaning it will reject these areas usually. And if it comes back again and again, it will cover them fast. Just think about it this way. Market does not like low volume areas. High volume areas are attractive. Okay? And not only that, When you have a zone like this, it means this is a continuation zone. Once the market is going up through it, it's going up through this, just don't go against it. Once it's coming down, don't go against it unless we get to these levels. Again, this is some overall. It's more complicated than this, which I'll make sure that you'll understand it once we get once you become a member. But again, you have also 3 days next week with us in the room if you join us, and you will have fun. Let me bring more 30-minute candles, and I'm reducing the volume profile from the side, making it smoother. Let me bring more and more and more and more. You noticed how this area, how many times this area got rejected. Does this help understanding what I mean? You see how many times this area got rejected. Not only that, when the market came back down from here, do you see how fast it went through it? Right? And I can show you examples, hundreds of examples on this. See how this area got supported here. Low volume, right? And see how it's nicely went through it. Continuation. So that's how the market behaves. Let's look at any questions so far on this part. Let's look at a 60-minute chart. 60-minute chart, that brings me, thank you, Asil. You have a nice name, by the way, Asil. One of my distant cousins called Asil. I don't know if it's Isil or Asil, but Asil, that's the name. Anyway, let's look at something else. Our next indicator. So far on the volume profile, we're good. Just keep it simple. I'll go back to it again. I'll go back to the next one, power line. I'll go back to Sal later. Okay, power line indicator. Power line indicator is a very powerful, very important indicator that we use side by side with volume profile. Did we hear about, anybody heard about or of fractals? Anybody here knows about fractals? What is a fractal in charting system or in the trading in the trading industry? Fractals. Going once, me. Okay, very good. Anybody else have heard of fractals? Okay. A fractal is a point in the high, on the high, or a point on the low, but it's not a random point. It's a high that will have at least 2 lower highs on each side, at least. So this is a fractal now. You understand? Let me go back again. Let me understand. We made a high on the candle, and then there were 2 previous highs, at least 2 or more, that are lower. And then when the trend started coming down, we had 2 more highs that are lower from this high. So this is a fractal. Now I added to it a volume to make it more powerful. I added to it some conditions to make it more powerful, such as, which fractal is going to be active, which one is going to be dismissed once it's taken, and by how much pips or ticks the candle has to be closed above it, etc. Very powerful. And then we have a low that will have 2 previous lows on each side that are higher than it. So that's a fractal low. Point is, once we get these fractals, my indicator will connect them. For example, we have, as you see here, this is, and I'll get to the point of how important these are. We had a fractal here. We had a high here. Fractal, fractal, two highs that are lower than it. This high is lower than it. This high is lower than it. This high is lower than it. This high. So do we have a fractal? Then followed by another one. Two highs on each side that are lower, and then it connected them. Boom. You see it connected then. And then this one connected with this one as well. So these two power lines here were here from the beginning before the market got there. Actually, one of them. So what happened? What happened? Pay attention to this. Can you tell me what did I say about rejection levels when I showed you my example on the previous chart? What does market hate? Yes, it is being recorded. Thank you for reminding me. What does the market rejects? Which areas? Waiting. It rejects low volume areas. Bravo. So when the market is rejecting low volume areas, I am anticipating a rejection in the low volume area, correct? What do we call that? We call that I am anticipating. I just said it. So we call that anticipating. I'm anticipating a rejection from the low volume area. What do I need to trade that area besides anticipation? I need to confirm. So if I look at my 60-minute chart here, which I was, for example, if I was trading, what did this confirm? What does power line confirm? Power line is a very big support and resistance helper. Very, very, very important. So do you see low volume, the blue level? It's clear, right? Anticipate, and then what did we do? We have a power line, we confirmed it. This alone, for an average trader, this is advanced trading already. But we have more than this to offer, right? More than this. It's not a coincidence for me this morning, and I think I missed the boat on these calls. I called the ES short from here, and if you look at ES on a 987 tick chart, it's already gone down a lot. If I called the YM short from this point. This was earlier this morning, not now. I just hesitated to take it, not to get stuck in a trade because the Nasdaq was not ripe yet. Okay, the YM is already down from here, but the Nasdaq unfortunately did not touch my line. So, right, the right side is volume profile. Yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. We don't have a name. Okay, so we anticipate, confirm, and then what do we do? Execute. So the strategy we call ACE: anticipate, confirm, execute. So far, so good. Any questions on this? The next indicator is going to be very important. Let me find it. The next indicator is SAL study, substantial attraction level. How does this work? Oh, sorry. Now, we all know market makers are not you or me, not us. Market makers are trading bots, institutions, etc. They put entries into the market. They put trades, pending trades. Now, among all the platforms that I've tested and I used throughout my trading career, only Sierra Chart has something called historic market depth that I'm using to extract some of this info. All the other platforms, they have market depth, but only around the price, like level 4 or 5, five prices above. So if this is the price, they will have market depth here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. This could be in one candle. It does not give you any idea where the real volume is. It's just here around the price. With Sierra chart, I can get historic. So if the price is here, I can get up to this indicator. If the price is, let's say, if the price is here, I'm sorry, the price of the price is here, I can get up to 50 levels of the highest entries in the market that you and I don't see. The indicator will see it for us. Up to 50. I don't use all 50 because it's a lot of traffic inside the chart, but I can see up to 50. So for example, 5 days ago, something was created here. I see it. Something was created here. I'll see up to 50 largest ones. So if this is, for example, the largest one sitting here, this is the largest one, for example, sitting here. It's very large. Okay, and it's sitting here. This is the highest one, and there's more attraction to it. But if somebody else comes in with a larger one, it will be printed somewhere else, while this one will get either smaller or go away because it's dynamic, right? So this is how sell study works. Let me give you some examples. Let's go back to the gold. Let's go back to sell study, daily, 1 day. Let me go back. Let me go to something else. Sell study here. Okay, this has. Do you see the magenta lines? These magenta lines on YM. You can actually. This is a study. Not this one. Let's go back to 60 minute. 60 minute has a bit less. Let me see. Okay, substantial attraction levels here. This is on the YM. So if I click on it, I have only 10. So I want to see, for the sake of this example, I want to see 10 levels only. So this, and of course, you can change the colors, you can change the thickness of them. So the thickest one is the biggest one out of the 10. So 10 hidden levels in the market are plotted right here in front of you. See how far from the price? Of course, visually looking at this, these two are the heaviest because, or even this one is good too. But this is how it works. These will work as attraction levels, or they will also work as support and resistance levels, right? These are very important because now I know if I have a trade, for example, if I want to look at a trade, or if I'm short on this trade example, and I see some rejection here using my volume profile, power lines, whatever, you will sometimes, once you get into this trade, you will see some flashing of these. They flash. They will come up. See some flashing. So you'll see them flashing. You just saw them. This one flashing. So there's interest in this. There's interest in the heavy volumes sitting here. See that? So if this is a good area for a short, I'll short that with the help of that added confirmation, and then this will be my target. We came 3 times to this level. We did not touch the target. Why didn't we touch the target? Not that I was in this trade, but there's a reason why the market got rejected from here. Let's go back to the first thing we talked about. Market does not like low volume areas. What is here? What is here? Isn't it this a low volume area? You see it, right? So if it comes back again 3rd time, there's a big chance that it'll cover it and touch this target and might touch this target too. However, to me, this will be a very good target. If I'm short, this will be a good target. I'm not going to go beyond that, especially if I'm scalping. Why is that? Notice I have a red power line here. You see this red power line indicates a support. We talked about power lines in the previous slide. And I have another power line from here, another red one, indicating a great support level here, right? And this is a great support level. One of our, what do you call it? Standard trading styles. The market comes and it tries to breach the next volume area. It stops and it pokes back up with the help of other indicators you can confirm. And these two fantastic lines here, the two power lines, will help me tremendously for the support. And of course, I would know my stop loss. Now, for the same example, again, I'm giving you ideas about what to expect in the live trade room, what to expect and how I trade. Nothing is random. If I want to go long from here, if it pokes here and it's these power lines stop it, and if I want to go long, since it's an uptrend, right? This is an uptrend, correct? Let me just erase those. If I'm going long from here, where do you think my stop loss should be? Automatically, it's a scalp, so my stop loss cannot be below this level. Why is that? Because look, the whole area below it is continuation. See this continuation? So if this level touches, this level will touch too. So why am I giving it extra 15 ticks or 20 ticks for nothing? There's no point, right? There's no point. If I was trading from here, my stop loss would have been here maybe, or yeah, same level. So now I know where my stop loss is, because if the market goes into a continuation zone, don't go against it. Try and not go against it, right? That's the idea. Any questions so far? We're good? Thanks, Asil. She's saying, is it a female? To me, Asil is a female name. So thank you very much. She's saying fantastic teaching. So far so good. Of course, this is, I'm a man. Okay, I'm sorry. My cousin's Asil is a female, so could go for both. So what else do we have? Let me show you an example. Oh, who trades Bitcoin here? Do you know that Bitcoin has showed me this here? This is number one volume, hidden volume in the market of Bitcoin so far. The highest one is sitting at 18,300 level. So this tells me Bitcoin is coming back down to it. All I need to do is to find a good resistance level, right? One of the things some of our students, I myself do the same. I would sometimes use a Fibonacci. You can add to it anything you want, and I'll explain. If I do my Fibonacci retracement from here to here, do you see there's a chance for the market to bounce back down from around this level, and it's kosher. Why? Because it's a rejection level. But this one is a better rejection level right here, 61% or 62% retracement. Let me explain something quickly. So far, we learned about rejection areas. Market doesn't like low volume. We learned about continuation zones, which are areas that form with a same level of volume. And to make it easier, what I can do, I can give you an example. Let's continue with the Fibonacci. Let's assume that the market is going up, right? And you're looking for a long. You will have Fibonacci levels drawn. You will say 38%, 50%, 62%, whatever the case might be, right? So the market goes up, and then down. You take a trade, it comes straight down here, goes back up and comes here. You take the trade again, comes here, goes up. You say, no, this is 50%. It should hold. You take the trade again, it comes back down, 62%. You're now gun shy. You don't want to take the trade. You're done. You say you don't trust this anymore, and goes a little bit below, and then boom, goes up. You missed the boat. Sounds familiar, right? If you put volume profile against it, and I've been doing that for a long time. It makes it a lot easier, right? So, and if you have, and the volume profile, I'll make it easier. You will have, because of the market moved down and up before, whatever moved, it gave you volume profile levels. As I said, continuation. This is continuation zone, right? And then you had other zones that are continuation, but in between, you would have zones that we call them rejection. So this is continuation, C, C, this is R, rejection. Let's go back. I'll show you how easy this will be. Again, continues. We get to the top of the continuation, which is a rejection. The market comes back down. To me, I would call it a short. I'll take a short. But the market comes back down here. Now you know why you stopped out. Why you were stopped out. Is this a good area to take a trade? No, because it's in the middle of a continuation. Now, is this area a good area to take a trade long? It's okay, but your stop loss is going to be here. So it's a big stop. No, leave it alone. You see, it comes here, hovers, pokes back out. And that's it. So when we get to this level, we still don't trade. This is anticipated level. This is all anticipated area, anticipated. It's not confirmed. We look for confirmations, such as power lines, such as other indicators we have, and I will try and talk about them, but it might take a long time. So far, so good. We talked about power lines. A DRL, DRL study. I about 10 years ago, I looked for major reversal indicators, just typical reversal indicators in the market, and I looked and I found 6 of them. Okay, so I said to my programmer, if 2 or 3 coincide, let's say I have a candlestick, right? And this is a 30-minute chart. If inside this 30-minute chart, or if 2 or 3 of them coincide at one price at certain area, you give me a signal, you give me a line. For example, let's call it purple line. So purple line will show up here on the chart, not on the candle, but on the chart. Now I want to do this on the daily, on the other charts, 45-minute chart, 30-minute chart, daily chart, etc. So you don't see the candles, but you see the lines. How I'll give you some examples on that, so you can see the indicator itself. All right. Let's go back. Let's go to. No, this is too small. I'm sorry. This is too small. I made it a little bit more evident in other charts. So for example, 60-minute chart, 1 day. Let's go back. Let's look at gold here. This is gold in the spot market. Of course, a lot of you trade spot. I posted the whole thing. Asil is asking, give me your email and your Telegram group. Here, I posted again. Go to the chat that's posted there, and I'll post this again here. I'm posting this again. I sent it to everybody. Okay. So dynamic reversal level, DRL indicator, is basically this one here is for a daily 1440-minute chart. This is the daily chart. So it has a line. It has a tremendous, very strong reversal level here. This is 240-minute chart. This is 180-minute chart. So you don't see the indicator, sorry, the charts or the candles, but you will see the indicators associated with them. right? And these are all fresh. They just happen now. Because once the market touches one of them, it turned and it's still valid before that particular candle closes, it turns to a dotted line. What do we have here? Let's go look at Canadian, see if I have anything on the Canadian dollar. USD CAD. Here. This is for the USD CAD, as you noticed. I do Forex and futures. I've been involved heavily with CFDs. Anybody familiar with CFDs? This is CFD on ES. So ES is the futures part. This is ES futures. This is ES CFD. So I like CFDs. I do a lot of CFDs. I have a lot of followers. They do CFDs, but they're not Americans. Americans cannot trade CFDs. You can follow them. You can have the charts. You can have the volume profile, but you cannot trade them. You're not allowed, right? So these are the power lines. Sorry, the DRLs, dynamic reversal levels that are touched here. For example, this one, the 15-minute just touched, right? Or just bounced from this, as you see, right? Now, what's the benefits of a CFD? Or let's make it simple. Gold futures here, 30-minute chart. It has volume profile, but gold futures every quarter it changes. It rolls over to the next quarter, next contract. So the volume gets thin, and also futures, they have overnight margin. If you trade Forex in the spot market, which is basically similar to the CFDs, CFDs are indices or other instruments in the spot market. You don't have to deal with overnight margin. You don't have to deal with rollover. The volume consistent all the time. Okay. So far, that was the thing about a DRL study. Reversal signals. This is the least important to me. It comes from a very fast reversal signal. It's completely technical. It has no volume into it associated with it, but it's an arrow. I don't know if I have arrows here. It will show up an arrow for extra confirmation. If you're looking for a trade, let me look for crude. Where is it? I'll look for something. Where are now? When I need them, they don't show up. Here. These arrows are reversal levels. I use them just for the final confirmation if I need to, and on the small charts to start with a scalp. Because what we do sometimes I will tell my members, for example, I have a trade from this line, short. Example, I have a trade from this line for a short, right? But you have to be careful because the area here is tight. So you have to scalp the first target. Scalp the first target because the stop loss, for example, this is the stop loss, right? So the stop loss, for example, is 30 ticks span. I don't like this 30 ticks, especially if I'm going for a small target. So since we do 3 contracts, we trade 3 contracts. This is the system. You can change it to according to what you like in person. I tell them take first target. So first target is on 2 contracts. So let's say 30 ticks stop loss. The market went 17, 18, 20 ticks in your favor. So you took 20 ticks profit on T1. You just made 40 ticks because first T1 is on 2 contracts. So now you made 40 ticks profit. Now you can leave the runner comfortably. Even if it goes a little bit against you, it comes back and short. And if it goes against you completely, you still made 10 ticks. But because stop losses, we call them smart stops. We don't change them randomly. You can, once you learn, you can just make your 20 ticks, move your stop loss to break even, and pray to God. That's fine. A lot of people do that. But for me, I use smart stops because I'm looking for a bigger run. A small scalp could turn to a bigger run. So I cannot move the stop loss unless we go into the next zone, which I talked about, the continuation zone. Then I can move my stop loss. Okay, let me show you an example. First, let me check on, okay, these, I'm missing all these trades on the indices, but it's okay, maybe later this afternoon. Let me show you an example from our live trade room that happened recently in the market. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, come on. It's right here. Remember I talked about this is from the live session. You see, these are questions from the members, students asking questions. Remember I talked about SAL indicator, and this is the biggest SAL indicator that I had pushing the this is the Nasdaq pushing the Nasdaq lower. Look at where the Nasdaq line is for resistance. I'll fast forward this. I'm looking at the Nasdaq short term, and look what happened here. I just told everybody Nasdaq swing short as possible with a stop above 11,340. So I gave an exact stop loss, and then I said Nasdaq entries can be at 11300 or better. 11300 is here or better, right here. So if you look at this Nasdaq, this is my entry level. The stop loss is just above this area, right? And I'm moving forward. I'm looking for a big move down on the Nasdaq. Why is my stop loss here? Because of the volume profile and because of the confirmation. Also, if we go above it, look what we have. We have another attraction level. Second biggest attraction level was above us. So I need to go to make sure that even if I get stopped out, which I wasn't planning to, the stop loss is small, or my stop loss is going to prevent a big loss. And look at this. Okay, let me see what I have. It can be here. So the market goes. I said take some profits. 300 area, make sure manage it if it goes in your favor. So the stop loss was just at this line here, and now we got some. We took 2 out, and I'm typing everything because now we closed the room. The timing was after 11 o'clock a.m. So now I'm following up with the same trade but using my Telegram. So you better have Telegram if you join us handy once you trade with us, right? I said you got another chance to take more profits because it did go up back and forth twice to take profits, right? Stops remain above 1340 here until we go below, see that? Until we go below 11,200. So once we go below 11,200, then I'm moving my stop loss. Once we go below this level, then I'm moving my stop loss, right? That's for a reason. It's not random, right? I want to catch the big move, entire move. Goes, and now we are about a nice 400 ticks move in favor so far. Move your stop loss to entry, and then we continue at one point nearing 1,000 ticks on Q, moving stop to 11,200, and then I call it an exit, closing the trade. As soon as we close the trade that day, I think it was late Friday or Thursday last week, the market goes back up. See this, closing the trade. It was 11,000 area on the Nasdaq, 11,000 area on Thursday, 1,063 ticks runner, right? Let's go to the Nasdaq. You see the bottom of the day. This was 11,000. We closed at 11,000. 1 second. Come on, right pencil. Yeah, here. This was 11,000 area. We closed it here. Here, sorry, not even that. A lower. We closed it right here. You see this? See what happened since then? I closed it for a reason. We have a power line. We have reasons for rejection. So I had to close it. Any questions so far? Very good. Everybody got the notification about Telegram, how to join Telegram, and how to join our free sessions next week, live sessions. Hope you did. Voice alert is our last indicator, and I will look into other things. Voice alert indicator is important. Why is it important? When I trade, I'm not looking at one instrument. I have whatever you see on top, and then maybe 5, 6 more. I removed them because of the webinar. I didn't want to create um, heavy what do you call it, pressure on the system. So I removed half of them. But I have this indicator where if you put a line, for example, on, let's go back to the gold, and let's go back to the 30-minute chart initially that we started with. And if I have a level, for example, here, and I want the market at 1664, I will put a line 1664, for example. I'll put a line here, right? When the price comes to it, it will give me audio. It will tell me gold, but the audio will be according to what you put in it. You can put GC, you can put anything. If you don't put anything, it will read this whole thing, FUSGCZ22, right? But not only that, it will also post it on other charts that are linked to the gold. So all gold chart will have 1664 level on them. 1664 right here, right? That's a very important indicator, because sometimes I just have my headset on and I hear nat gas. So I would go to nat gas, because nat gas, I called it from 5.4 level. I called it long yesterday. I did not get in because I was busy with the Nasdaq, but anybody took it. It was a big move up yesterday on the nat gas, right? Since yesterday. So let's go back to the website. Whatever we're offering now, please tell me you received the note about joining our live rooms next week. There's nothing to sell today. If you want, you can go ahead and buy, but I want you to try us. So you have 2 ways to try us out. One way is to join next week for a full week free, no questions asked. You have the room access and you have the Telegram access. If you did not get it, please let me know. Also, we will send you emails to remind you of whatever the days and the links. I'll provide that to you. But the other way of trying us out, if you go to the website and go to 2-week trial, and then just follow the trial. 2 weeks, I'll give you my. You will have to install Sierra Chart. It's easy. You have a video here. You will get my indicators. You will get my templates. You will get live room. You'll get access to Telegram. So for 2 weeks, you're going to be joining us. Again, if anybody is interested in the pricing, it's very, very affordable. For the full membership, it's $2,500. This is for 1 year, but hold on. It's $2,500, but only for the first year. Second year is $250 only, because that's the renewal just for me to keep servicing you. So basically $2,500. And if you cancel after the first year, you keep everything except for the live room. You keep the indicators, etc. Not only that, $2,500, you will get $350 back for the first year, because this is the cost that will cost you for Sierra Chart and the basic data feed, right? David, you remember, you don't have to buy. Yeah, no, just email me later, please. You have my email. You have my old email. Yeah, you're welcome. And if anybody does not like to deal with Sierra chart or anything, until then, you can just join the trade calls, 175 a month, right? You'll get the room, live room, and you will get the Telegram. Okay. My email, if you go to contact us, just send me an email from here. Other than that, my email is simon at sierrachartindicators.com. And we just got another note by on the chat. If you look at the chat window, it's there. Please, you have the links to accessing next week, and you have also Telegram access. And for now, I am open for questions. We have 5 minutes. I was planning to do 1 hour, but if you have questions, please ask. I will be here to answer questions. Any questions, please? Hope you found this beneficial. Thank you, everybody. Okay, excellent. All right, so I appreciate your time, everybody. Anastasia, thank you for the time. And everybody, thanks for your time with me today. Hopefully you benefited. Please contact us, let us know, and hopefully we'll see you next week in the free or open room or open sessions. Okay, take care, everyone, and bye for now.